Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's just get right into it, because today we're unpacking a massive, often completely invisible problem that plagues high-traffic e-commerce stores. Imagine this for a second. You pull up your analytics dashboard, your live view is totally lighting up, and visitors are just pouring in from all those ad campaigns you meticulously set up. But your sales? They're completely flatlining. The traffic is absolutely there, but the revenue just isn't. So why is that happening? Well, we are going to dig deeply into the hidden psychology of buyer behavior. We're going to break down the exact subtle reasons why your visitors are leaving empty-handed, and most importantly, explore what actually fixes it. By the end of this explainer, you'll have a totally new perspective on what makes a store truly successful and how to finally stop burning through your hard-earned traffic budget.
It is arguably the most frustrating experience imaginable for anyone running a store, right? You're getting the traffic, but absolutely zero sales. People are actually landing on your website, they're clicking your links, and then just nothing. No add to carts, no purchases, just a giant mountain of bounces. And it is maddening because you've probably already done what everyone tells you to do. You've tweaked the theme, you've lowered your prices to undercut competitors, you've imported all those reviews, maybe you've even dropped a small fortune on Facebook or TikTok ads, just watching your ad spend climb higher and higher every single day. And still, you're staring at a dashboard that stubbornly says zero.
And this brings us to a reality that completely shatters the biggest myth in the e-commerce industry. Traffic without conversion isn't a traffic problem, it is a trust problem. Now, a lot of ad gurus simply will not talk about this. Why? Because if they told you the actual truth, you'd spend way less money on advertising and a lot more time fixing the core foundation of your store. Obviously, that's bad for their business. They want you scaling your ad spend to the moon. But the reality is, pumping more people into a broken system doesn't fix the system. Some stores absolutely print money, while others sit totally quiet, and it all comes down to this powerful, invisible engine of trust.
Let's step into your customer's shoes for just a second. Imagine you're lying in bed, scrolling on your phone late at night. You see a flashy ad for a product that catches your eye, so you click the link. But when the page actually loads, it's a story you have never heard of before. There's no real About Us page, the images are kind of blurry, the layout feels super generic, and the product description reads like it was awkwardly machine translated or copy-pasted straight from an AliExpress listing. Are you really going to pull out your credit card and buy from them? The answer is probably never. You wouldn't do it. Nobody does. Yet astonishingly, that is exactly what most Shopify stores look like to a first-time visitor. They just don't feel safe. And the absolute second a visitor doesn't feel safe, they're gone. It honestly doesn't matter how incredible your product actually is.
That brings us to our first major concept, the skeptic's mindset.
The absolutely crucial point to understand is this: your visitor is not a buyer yet. They are a skeptic. They just landed on your page with one simple, hypercritical question running on a loop in their head. Is this real? Every single element on your store either answers yes or no to that question. A blurry logo? That's a no. A lack of clear contact information or a hidden return policy? That's a no. Strange formatting or broken links? Absolutely a no. Every tiny detail is being heavily scrutinized. That is the entire game of e-commerce conversion. And the harsh truth is, most stores are accidentally answering no over and over again without even realizing they're doing it.
There are actually 3 specific conversion killers where store owners unconsciously destroy trust and drive buyers away. The hero section, a lack of attention on the product page, and the use of generic templates. Let's break these conversion killers down one by one.
Starting with killer number 1, the hero section. Think about a store talking entirely about itself and its product, with a headline like Premium Quality Wireless Earbuds. If your main homepage banner says something like that, you've already lost them. Why? Because psychologically, people don't actually care about your product, they care about themselves. They buy solutions to their own pain. Now contrast that with a headline like, Finally, earbuds that don't fall out during your workout. Do you feel the massive difference there? The first one is just a boring feature. The second is entirely about the customer and a really specific, annoying problem they have. They hate it when they're at the gym, sweating, and their music cuts out because their earbud hits the floor. By addressing that directly, you build immediate emotional connection and subsequently immediate trust.
Moving down the funnel to killer number 2, the product page.
So you successfully get a visitor to the product page, but then there is absolutely no tension. There's no urgency. There is zero compelling reason for the visitor to pull out their wallet right now versus deciding to just do it later. And in the world of online shopping, later always becomes never. If you don't give them a definitive reason to act, they will simply close the tab and forget all about you. But
And this is a massive, incredibly important warning here. You cannot fix this by slapping fake countdown timers onto your site. We've all seen them, right? The clock that conveniently resets to 15 minutes every single time you refresh the page. Those instantly destroy trust and practically scream that your site is a scam. The urgency has to be authentic. Think about utilizing actual limited stock callouts like only 2 left in this color, or genuine shipping cutoff times like order within 2 hours for same-day dispatch. That is real, verifiable urgency.
And that leads us right into killer number 3, generic templates.
What happens when a store looks exactly like 50 other stores a visitor has browsed that same week? It triggers what we can call the scam detector effect. Think about what makes a store feel overly familiar. Maybe it's the exact same default font from a basic theme, the exact same stock photos with those weird, sterile white backgrounds, or the exact same copy-pasted trust badges. The very moment your site feels overly familiar in this highly generic way, the visitor's subconscious alarm bells go off. Suddenly, your store doesn't feel like a real, established brand, it feels like a risky, fly-by-night dropshipping experiment. Your store desperately needs a cohesive visual identity, original photography, and a really distinct voice to overcome this deep-seated skepticism.
Now, for my favorite part, Section 4, the silent drop-off. 60%. I just want to let that massive number hang there for a second. Think about 60% of your highly interested potential buyers suddenly vanishing into thin air. Imagine a store bringing in $10,000 potential dollars a day in shopping carts, and 6,000 of those dollars simply evaporating into the ether every single day. That is exactly what a 60% drop-off really means for a business. It is absolutely devastating. So what section is responsible for the most silent drop-offs on Shopify stores? Most people guess it's the product page, or maybe the shipping info page, but they're completely wrong.
It is right here, the cart page and the checkout entry point. Think about the psychology happening in this exact moment. Someone actively clicks Add to Cart. That single action means they genuinely want the product. They are highly interested and basically ready to buy. But then they hit the cart page, and something completely kills the momentum. Maybe it's a surprise shipping fee that pops up at the last possible second. Maybe it's a clunky multi-step form that demands their phone number for absolutely no reason. Store owners frequently and completely forget that the cart page still needs to do the heavy lifting of selling. Momentum is fragile, guys, and it so easily dies right here.
So how do we actually fix it? Well, when they hit that cart and inevitably start hesitating, you need to add immediate reassurance. You need to include clear, recognizable trust badges and security icons so they know their payment data is actually safe. You must actively remind them exactly why making this purchase is a good decision right in that very moment, perhaps by adding a brief bullet point about a money-back guarantee, or just highlighting the core benefit of the product one last time. If you start treating the cart page as a place that still needs to sell, comfort, and build trust, you will see your conversion rate move, sometimes literally overnight.
So, let's summarize the core philosophy we've unpacked today. The stores that scale fast are not the ones with the best products. They're the ones that remove friction and build trust faster than the competition. None of the fixes we've gone over today require a single dollar more in ad spend. They don't require you to spend months sourcing a brand new product. They simply require you to step into the shoes of a skeptical stranger, look at your store with a critical, unforgiving eye, and methodically remove every single reason for them to feel unsafe or unsure.
Which leaves us with this final, vital question. Have you done a real, honest conversion audit? If you're sitting there thinking you've tried absolutely everything but still can't convert, the harsh truth is that you've probably made changes but not strategic ones. You have to stop making random tweaks, hoping something magically sticks, and start aggressively auditing your store for trust. Step back, look at your hero section, read through your product pages, test your cart page, and honestly ask yourself, is this real? Because every single day you wait is just another day of paying for traffic that simply bounces. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now, get out there and start building that invisible engine of trust.